Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Bashem Abishai Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors into the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners, and to the Akwath that are listening and learning to you, I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago. And this is a video that was posted in one of my videos by Northern Kingdom brother Yahweh's Kingdom. I believe it was him. Salakia, if it wasn't him, it was someone else, but I do believe it was the brothers Yahweh's Kingdom. And yeah, he posted this video, so I went and checked it out, and right away I was like, yeah, I have to do a response to this. And basically, you know, E is gonna do what they do. They have a system that is not recognized by heaven at all. They have an authority which is not recognized by the Most High, as far as when it comes to the Bible. You know, they have these institutions of learning, which everything is taught by the precepts of man, and you're gonna just see how blatantly they disregard the Bible and what the scriptures say, and just go with their own thing. All right, and so without any further ado, let's just let these. The name of the video is called "The Events of the End Times" with Greg Laurie and Don Stewart. Okay, once again, The Events of the End Times with Greg Laurie and Don Stewart.
Good to see you.
Nice to be here.
Now, Don, you're sort of, you have these books that you've written. This is a series. You call it the Afterlife series.
Correct.
Here's one called What Happens 1 Second After We Die.
Correct.
And I'm going to ask you that question. Okay. I'm sure you have an answer for it. You wrote a whole book on it.
Yeah, I did. So, can I see the book to see what it says?
Yeah, no, you can't cheat.
Okay.
It has to come from your mind.
Okay.
Here we have one.
Right, you hear that? It has to come from his mind, not from the scriptures. All right? And you have two men that are going to be discussing biblical things, and they both have bald faces. So how well do they really know the Bible? Because I'm pretty sure that they teach that the laws are done away with. But my favorite go-to scripture right off the top of my head, which always comes to mind in the New Testament, is to kill that lie is Romans 7:1, which, you know, pretty much states, roughly paraphrased, that the law have dominion over man as long as he liveth. So that one scripture alone proves that the law still stands. So let's just go right to the issue. And the issue was right around the, just a little past the 15-second mark. I mean, the 15-minute mark, when he starts talking about Edomites and Amorites and things of that nature. So let's just listen. It's at 15:10. So let's just let it play and see what happens.
Look at the nations of the world that have tried to eradicate the Jewish people. They sit on the ash heap of history. You know, you can go back to Babylon. You can look at Egypt. You can look at Rome. Others that tried to eradicate the Jews. Germany, more recently. And you know, that they really did face a certain judgment for that.
Yeah, exactly. We think of the people in biblical times.
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw an Edomite?
It's true.
A Moabite?
Yeah.
Amorite? Termite? Well, I've seen those. Okay, but you know.
Well, see, now he's making fun of it. But the Edomites, here we go. This is Romans. I mean, this is the Roman Empire of the Edomite, 1853. All right, by William Beeston, a Cambridge scholar. Okay. So these are their own sources. And this is just one of many. You know, there's a book called, a video that was put out by the Remnant of Israel, which profiled a plethora of books where Esau is admitting that they are the Edomites. William Beeston, see if we can get that in focus. All right, Honorable Society of Lincoln's Inn, and sometime the Queen's College of Cambridge. All right, London, Cox 18th Street, Covenant Garden, 1853. So this book was printed in 1853, and this is an exact reprint. Nothing changed. Let's go straight to the point. Page 9. All right. And it reads, I'll read it through the lens. Let's get that in focus. Right. That this grand secret was certainly discovered and disclosed more than 1,200 years ago. The true answer to the question, whence came the Romans, may have been returned and even registered in writing before the birth of Hamashiach, or they say Christ, that the response proceeded neither from Greek nor Roman, but from the despised Jew, that has been preserved to us in Jewish targums, so the Jewish kept record, all right, that it exists amidst the fables and impieties and absurdities and the blasphemies of the Jewish Talmud, and that it may comprehend in these 20 words, the Romans came from Esau, who is Edom, and Italy is the Idumea Rome, the Bosra of the Hebrew prophet. So there it is, man. The Edomites are still around. The Romans themselves were Edomites. And this guy said, when's the last time you seen an Edomite? And he's looking at his friend. They are the Edomites. The Edomites changed their names over the centuries. As a matter of fact, in 1681 was the last change. That's when they started referring to themselves as white people. All right, which was a complete cover up to who they were. So let's let him say that again. And then we're going to go straight to the scriptures. All right, so let's go back. Let him finish his statement. So I went back a little bit further.
Because we have stood by Israel.
Totally. Genesis 12, 1-3 is still it still applies. I'll bless those that bless. I'll curse those that curse.
That's right.
And it's still true today.
Look at the nations of the world that have tried to eradicate the Jewish people. They sit on the ash heap of history. You know, you can go back to Babylon. You can look at Egypt. You can look at Rome. Others that tried to eradicate the Jews. Germany, more recently. And you know, that they really did face a certain judgment for that.
Yeah, exactly. We think of the people in biblical times.
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw an Edomite?
It's true.
A Moabite?
Yeah.
Amorite?
That's
Termite?
true.
Well, I've seen those. Okay,
Yeah.
but you know, but they're not there anymore
Yeah.
because they made the mistake of attempting to eradicate Israel, and God said, "I'm going to curse those that curse." They are not around today. But what's
We can stop right there. Okay, we can stop right there. He says that they are not around today. And that's typically what they teach in all the seminaries and religious schools and things of that nature here in Babylon, which is spiritual Babylon and also spiritual Egypt. But this is Ecclesiastes 4:16. Let's see what the Lord has to say, what the Word has to say, versus their curriculum. There is no end to all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this is vanity and a vexation of spirit. So Edom is still here. All people, Ammon is still here. Moab is still here. Moab by the Chinese, so-called. That's the easy thing. All you got to do is just look up Moabite and Ammonite gods, and the images will pretty much tell you that. Will show you. Okay, so let's grab another scripture that and this is why they're able to just freely lie and then have credibility behind their lies. This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Because in the Apocrypha it identifies Esau as the wicked. And the wicked have to be ruling upon the return of the Lord. All right. So his race, his people, his forefather, and he himself are the wicked. Okay. It's two fingers up. May as well be horns. Let's go. Another reason why they're able to just lie about who they are. And this is because of their behavior. This is Psalms 49 and 11. The inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. So they, I mean, look at the land masses around the world. They've all been named by Edomites. Why? Because the earth was given into their hands. All right, they named the things on the map. The Chinese didn't call China, China. They didn't call themselves that. They got labeled that by these people. You know, Australia, America. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. America's named after Americo Vespucci. Africa is named after Scipio Africanus. Asia is named after Scipio Asiaticus. All Edomite men, so-called white men. All right, and remember, the Jewish are Edomite converts from the Herodian dynasty. All right, from the time that the Herodians were ruling over, and the forced and the forced conversion by John Hyrcanus, which was the grandson of the Maccabees, one of the last of the Maccabees line, priest. When they conquered Edom, there was a forced conversion. So you had Edomites that were referring to themselves as Jewish, and a sect of them still to this day. That is what we're talking about here. All right. So being Jewish has nothing to do with being an Israelite, or being an Israelite, who are the Lord's true chosen people. Let's get a couple more incriminating scriptures. All right, which I'm sure is not in any of his books. All right, but in the book of Lamentation, let's find Lamentation. It tells you that another people, or the heritage of the people, was given to strangers. Here it is. This is Lamentations 5 and 2. All right, and it reads, our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens. All right, so now you got this group of people, this group of humanity that created the name white for themselves and Jewish for themselves, and they're holding on because he says that the Christian, Judeo-Christian, and I'm always telling you about that, because the Edomite Christians and the Edomite Jews work hand in hand together. All right? It's all about Edomite supremacy, because none of them really believe in the Bible. That's all a front for money and control. That's why the Pope wears a yarmulke just like the Jewish people on his head. When a man's crown, your crown is the part of your head where they wear the yarmulke, not the sides where they have those snake serpent curls on the sides of their head. That's not your crown. You know, when a baby is being born, they say it's crowning. Right. Your crown is the very top of your head, which is supposed to be uncovered if you're an Israelite man. Okay? But this is Ezekiel 35 and I'm sorry, 36 and 5. And it reads, therefore thus saith Yahweh power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea. Idumea is the Greek way of saying Edom. All right? Which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart and with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. All right? And when did they do that? They did that in 1947. That was a future prophecy. Most of the scholars will tell you that prophecies in Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, they were future prophecies. Matter of fact, most of the prophets were prophesying about today, this time, the last days. As a matter of fact, the very name of this show that they're teaching from, the platform, it's called The Events of the End Times. And according to the Bible here, let's get this last scripture. and shut it down is Second Ezra 6 and I'm gonna start at verse 7. All right, because Edom has to be ruling when the Lord comes back. The earth was given into the hand of the wicked, and he's going to take it back from the wicked. This is Ezekiel, Salakia, 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. This is why they do not want to be known by their true biblical nationality. See, the Lord didn't take away the names of the people. The wicked did when they got in control. Why? Because to hide themselves, they had to hide everyone else. Call halal Yahweh Bashem Avashai Bashem Rakak Wadash Wa Abba Babal Shalom.